Good morning. So after a restful night in the roof tent, we're now ready to take it back down. So let's get to it. So the takedown is very simple. Just the reverse basically of putting it up. And I thought of a couple more things I wanted to mention. This is what happens if you don't, if you forget to tie the ladder down. It can slide around, and then due to the friction, I guess it causes some heat or so, and that makes this kind of outer rubbery, plasticky layer dissolve like that. It doesn't look very pretty. I don't think it has had a negative impact yet, but it's something that can happen. And yeah, that's that. Let's start. Just start by taking out all these rods. Simple thing. Of course, you have to empty everything out of the roof tent besides like bedding and things like that. So I just took everything out. This time, normally I leave the bedding in, but this is the end of the trip, so I took it all out. Put these rods together. Probably one of the only real disadvantages of this tent is that if you're planning on doing some really rugged off-roading, it raises the center of gravity of the vehicle. So if you're gonna ride on some really crazy trails, you may tip over sooner than normally. That's something to keep in mind, but it really hasn't been an issue yet, and I've taken it on some pretty decent trails. So the other disadvantage I'd say is once you're set up in camp and you want to go somewhere, you have to take it all back down again. So I mean, you could mount this to an off-roading trailer or something like that, kind of an overland trailer, but then you have to drag that around the whole time. But then you could park it and leave it where it is. To me, it really hasn't been an issue that you can't just drive away in your vehicle, but it just kind of influences the style of your camping a little bit. So normally I'll do stuff all day long and then roll into a campsite pretty late at night. Set up and I'm ready to go to sleep. So it's you just have to adjust accordingly. It's not like a camper you can park, unhook your vehicle and then drive away and use the day and then come back to the campsite at night. That's not how it works. I think they do make something where you can that the roof tent sits on, basically 4 posts, and you can then drive away. I've seen something like that online, so might be something to look into. Well, you put these together, I guess do one last check to make sure brought everything down. Yeah, all empty, everything taken out. Alrighty. Hook these in here, like so. This I normally just kind of leave hanging, although I might actually hook that in there now, just because I'm going to probably just store it now until the next trip. And then you fold these side things back up. Now again, if it was raining and it was wet, if it was raining right now, it would probably be hard to keep it dry. I mean, you'd need to just open it up maybe early the next evening to let it dry out. I would hope that it wouldn't soak through to the inside of the tent, but it might. Something I haven't had to deal with yet. But if it rained overnight, the tent's wet, and it's not raining while you're putting it together like this. Just wipe it down nicely. as well as you can, and then in the evening it'll be dry. Won't have a problem. This last one here. Alright, we're ready to fold it up. Now it really helps to have a second person tuck the sides of the tent in as you do this, but it's not really necessary. Normally we do this together, but for illustrative purposes I'll just do it by myself. This here I can undo, cover rolls out. Again here, if this got wet, you can maybe wipe it out a little bit to prevent moisture from getting inside. And then here you can see a little bit about what I was talking about in the video of putting it up from sweating. It's this big kind of wet, moist spot here. So at the end of the driving that day or whatever, this is normally gone when you put it back up in the evening. It's gone, all dry, so that's not an issue. Again, if it was raining while I was putting this together, it might be a different story. It might then actually cause some problems where now the whole tent is kind of wet, but hasn't been an issue so far. I'll go around to the other side here and secure the ladder. Actually, so these chairs come in really handy. Alright, now you have to tuck this in. This is where it helps to have a partner, because then while you're folding over the tent, the partner can come around the back and the sides and fold all these flaps in. So, and then the same on the side here. So to kind of lift it, tuck it in, makes it a lot easier to put the cover back on, or to zip the cover. Stone on the back. All tucked in when we fasten these Velcro straps. Or not Velcro, but these clips. Here and here. I'll kind of loosen them, tuck it in, and then pull down here and here. Compress this nicely. Alright. Then we gotta secure the ladder. Put the strap underneath, make sure it's not twisted. Pull it nice and tight, and it velcros in. And then grab that other strap, which now is a little bit folded. There we go. And then pull it nice and tight. There we go. And then you prevent those yellow streaks from happening. That's what happens if you forget to do this, to fasten this red strap, and the ladder can slide back and forth. And while driving with the vibration, it creates those streaks. Made that mistake once. Alright. Now we're ready to zip up the cover. Just throw it over as far as possible. It can be difficult in the wind. Helps to have somebody help you. Now here I just kind of push it over to secure this corner right in place where it's gonna end up. Otherwise, if you pull from the other side and it's like this, you're really pulling it hard over this corner, and that might cause it to tear eventually if you do it too many times. But that's why I just set it like this, and it'll certainly help the longevity. Same over here. Notice all the bugs. That's the thing. If you go places with a lot of bugs, this will get front side here will get extremely dirty with squish bugs. Alright. Put up the front here. All set. Same in the back. All set. And then here it helps when you're undoing it. It helps to not take it out all the way. It actually kind of slid out now, but it's kind of difficult to get this zipper lined up because you have to kind of, it's not a lot of space. You have to kind of finagle it in there. So got it. All right, let's line up again perfectly. Just zip it down. Tuck that in. Then we just have to secure these Velcro straps. Put these away. Comes with a nice bag like this. Let's throw these over. And secure them with the Velcro straps. And that's it. All secure. Alright, any questions? You can post them in the comments and I'll answer them as soon as I can. Thanks for watching.